Okay, so here's the deal. It is January 11th, which means I have to get our application in for the Minnesota State Production Rebate Program in 8 days. I'll talk more about that in another video because it's a whole thing. I have to get my cast list to my producer, and we have to start locking in talent. Otherwise, no one is going to be in this comedy pilot, so that's a bit of a real problem. And yet my room is a complete disaster. So let me take care of some of this, and then we'll go for a walk and talk about TV stuff. Cool? Awesome. You want to go out? Come on. Such a cold day today. It's like minus 20. No, it's like actually 20 degrees, but it feels like minus 20 in my brain. I think it's really easy to get stuck at your desk working all day. For me, most of my days are like that, where I'm just sitting at my desk, pounding away, losing track of time, and not actually getting outside. And that's sort of like that hard part about working from home. You know, we've been kind of dealing with this for the last year and a half, 2 years now. It's because I'm always home and I'm always at my desk, I'm always working. And I'm never not working, because even if I'm not working, I can still be sitting at my desk working on something. You know, it's not like there's office hours where I can wake up, go to work on the show, and come home and then like be off the clock. No. It's really like I am making emails all day. I'm taking phone calls all day. I'm constantly texting my producer, going back and forth with different things. Fuck, it's cold. But yeah, that's the hardest part about doing a project like this. You're always on. It's just so nice to step away from all the screens, even though there's like a screen right here, but you know, from all the screens of the computers and the phones, and it's nice to just like go out and unplug. So one of the things I do want to talk about is why we're doing this and why I'm making an independent TV show. Because if you asked me, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, like, hey, should I go shoot my 30-minute independent pilot? I would say absolutely not. That's like the most insane thing you could possibly do. And here's why. The film industry has been changing over the last couple years dramatically. And honestly, it's kind of one of the best parts to come out of the pandemic is that streaming has become a thing. In the past, TV shows don't really get made this way. Usually, if a filmmaker or a writer is trying to pitch a show, they'll partner with a producer and an agent and a manager and then package it to a network, and then all this is done and negotiated and pitched on the page before we even get to filmmaking. But now, because there's such a huge demand for independent content, there's a huge demand for episodic content, film festivals are having TV pilot categories now. Streaming platforms are purchasing independently produced shows. I mean, and if it wasn't for shows like Broad City and High Maintenance and all of these projects that happened that prove that independent episodic narrative is a thing that people want, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. If it wasn't for Catalyst Festival that has completely changed the entire model of what a film festival could be and basing it around episodic material. If that didn't happen, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Canusa Street is sort of in this unique position of being a project that we can move forward with now at the best possible time, because there's never been a better time than now to produce an independent episodic show. There's a huge demand for TV shows now because there's a million different platforms and not enough stuff to put on those platforms. It's sort of like this perfect storm of the right place and the right time and the right script and the right resources are all kind of happening now. And if you asked me a year ago if this would have been my plan, I would have said no. I would have said that my first thing needs to be an independent, low budget, no budget feature film that we're shooting here in our backyard in New Jersey with all my friends from college. That was kind of always the plan, and someday that will be the plan. But an opportunity has presented itself to me in a way that is undeniable, and I have to do it. I have to move forward with this because, like, I have to roll the dice. It's time, you know? Like Springsteen said, talk about a dream, try to make it real. That's that's now. That's this thing. Yeah. Should probably get to work.